In this video, we will be looking at types of linear equations and how to solve them. When solving linear equations, there are three possibilities for their outcome. The first possibility is called an identity, where any solution will work. The way you identify these is you end up with something that is always true, such as 5 equals 5. The second type of situation that can occur when solving a linear equation is you end up something of a contradiction where nothing will work. In this case, you would end up with something that is never true, such as 3 is equal to -2. Last but not least, the most common type that you are probably used to dealing with is where one solution works, and this is called conditional. In this case, you end up with something like x equals 4, a single value. For solving linear equations, you have most likely done these before. The key is you want to get the variable by itself. So for example, if we have something such as 3 times x minus 2 plus 7x equals 1 minus 2 times x plus 1/2, we want to work to isolate the variable x. I begin by distributing first, so I get 3x minus 6 plus 7x equals 1 minus 2x minus 1. Remember, 2 times 1/2 is going to just give us 1. And then I combine like terms on both sides. I end up with 10x minus 6 equals -2x because these ones cancel. And now I want to get all of my variables on the same side. I typically like my variables on the left side, so I will add the 2x to both sides, and I end up with 12x minus 6 equals 0. I will then add 6 to both sides, giving me 12x equals 6. And then to isolate the variable, last but not least, I divide by 12 and I get x equals 1/2. Remember, then you can always take that value and plug it back into the equation in order to verify that it works. Sometimes we get these no solution situations. So let's consider something like 3x minus 7 equals 3x minus 6. Notice here, when I get my variables together, they cancel on both sides, and I end up with -7 equals -6. This is never true. So we can use what's called the null set, or we can just write no solution. And last but not least, the example we gave earlier, sometimes we end up with something that is always true. So we end up with perhaps an equation like this. After simplifying, we get 5x plus 12 equals 5x plus 12. When I subtract the 5x from both sides, I end up with 12 equals 12, which is always true. So the solution set is all real numbers. It's called an identity, or there are infinitely many solutions. One place that students often have trouble is when a fraction shows up in their equation. Don't forget, you have a way to clear the fractions. So for example, if I have something like this that I am dealing with, if I want to get rid of those fractions, I find the least common denominator, which in this case is going to be 6, and then I want all of those denominators to match 6. This denominator is already 6, so this fraction stays as it is. This one I need to multiply top and bottom by 3 in order to get 6 on the bottom. And this one I need to multiply by 2 in order to get 6 on the bottom. So again, I multiply top and bottom. Notice now I end up with y over 6 plus 6y minus 3 over 6 equals 2y plus 2 over 6. And because all of the denominators now match, I can just ignore them. This leaves me with y plus 6y minus 3 equals 2y plus 2. Combining like terms, I get 7y minus 3 equals 2y plus 2. Subtracting the 2y, I have 5y minus 3 equals 2. I can then add 3 to both sides, leaving me with 5y equals 5. And when I divide both sides by 5, I get y equals 1.